What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 3 of my Total Warhammer 3 Kairos Fateweaver Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, after completing the destruction of the Lizardmen, we moved south through our own territory, wherein we got a Skull Island just off the coast, giving us a nice 20k and then some change as well. This should fund the upgrade of a bunch of buildings and hopefully kickstart our economy, together with the other Skull Island that we will head towards as soon as possible. Definitely got to keep a few eyes or heads out for additional Skull Islands later on, because early game, 10 or 20k rather, is just an absolutely insane amount of cash. There is a gold mine at the Skull Carver's abode here as well, as the Nurgle forces have declared war on us after we transferred the Lost Palace to ourselves. I guess the Lost Palace is aptly named. Also, being the third episode, this is the last episode that we will have without access to the DLC units, so the next time we see this, we will have access to the Marauders and Chosen and whatever else Tzeentch gets with the DLC, plus blood will be activated as well. Should be a good time. Though I guess we won't be seeing too much blood against Nurgle. We should against Tic-Tac-Toe when we inevitably fight him. Anyway, let's get started here. Kairos, you need to move into Dawn's Light at full speed. And then you're going to heal up there for a turn or so, and then you're going to head southward to take Volol tracks, hopefully before the Nurglite forces move into the Lost Palace. As for you, you've also leveled up to 12, but I think we just continue holding on to this point. I mean, yeah, we could get another point in Infernal Gateway if we really wanted to, but I feel like we're better off just getting to that level 14 and getting all the good stuff in. Well, the Cultist, however, can feel free to upgrade some stuff. The Burning Head. Now, would we ever use the Burning Head versus the Pink Fires of Tzeentch? There are probably some situations, like against the Skaven, where we would, but I think against Nurgle settlements, at least, outside of field battles, it's unlikely. Therefore, I think we'll get Kindle Flame, and we already have area effect on the Flaming Sword of Ruin. We could make the Cascading Fire Cloak even more spammable by reducing its cost by 1, or we could just pop that 1 point into Burning Head. What is this, by the way? No. Don't care about this. This reduces it, well, this just gives us the ability to cast it upgraded and thus double its duration at half the cost. You know what? Fine. Let's upgrade the Flaming Sword of Ruin first. Good enough. And now that we have money, we should probably make use of some of it. First of all, the Lost Palace. We do have control here, though the rebellion will happen eventually. We may want to nonetheless upgrade it. There's another growth building here. You are currently in the Dimensional Breach. Yes, stay with that, I think. Although when we upgrade you, maybe we'll change that up if the Tzeentch Corruption is good by then. 1,000 gold. You know what? Fine. Upgrade that. I think we can wait on the Unending Maze, as honestly, we're going to change the Winds of Magic like this, so that Kairos can benefit from it. And this is its strong and blowing, eh? You know what? Just lower the magic here altogether for now. There we go. It's not like it's giving us any benefits other than the 1 control, and that's just not worth our time right now. Now, Torpsepindar, you're gonna get the Pink Horror building. Gotta get those Exalted Pink Horrors up as soon as possible, as well as probably Web of Secrets for money, although extra growth could, you know, with the amount of money we've gained, maybe the growth is actually more valuable to us. Not like we need Tzeentch Corruption here. Although the income from buildings plus 30 ain't too bad. Yeah, you know what? Let's go for the growth instead right now. And we can always delete that afterwards. And then we will probably need walls here. We're kind of exposed everywhere we stand, so we're probably going to need walls in all of our settlements, which is going to reduce the amount of money that they can generate, unfortunately. Alrighty, well, otherwise, I believe that's the end of the first turn, and let's head down towards the forces of Nurgle, then. I'm also thinking, if we are to keep this building here anyway, shouldn't we just upgrade it anyway? Campaign line of sight increased slightly, and defensive supplies in case they get under siege, but 1,500 is a bit of an investment. Control plus 2. You know what, fine, screw it. Screw it. We're still above 20k, and then we'll be 40k when we hit that other Skull Island, presuming we don't get distracted by the forces of Nurgle too long. Alrighty, looks like they sent an agent our way. Hopefully it's not a plague-type agent. Actually, by the looks of it, that looks like a chosen of some sort. I don't know what kind of hero that is. Might be one of the new ones. Hey, Tzeentch is now Ascendant. Well, isn't that just lovely? It is an exalted hero of Nurgle, okay. This only gives us
Master, there is a rift, a
What?
paradox in the weave of fate. Your staff is the locus of this anathema. It must be excised, or our plans will suffer.
Oh, okay, it's just the battle for the Staff of Tomorrow. I got really worried there for a second as I thought it might be like a rift, like the Realm of Chaos rift, and I was like, oh no, please no. We'll give that a read before fighting the battle. Hey, a cult manifested here. That's random. What do Tzeentch and cults do? Oh wow, straight up 10 grimoires per turn. Winds of Magic is strong or hard, 20 grimoires per turn. I don't know what the Winds of Magic are here, but... wait. Winds of Magic are strong right now. Wouldn't they be fairly likely to... Okay, let's just ignore that for now. Wouldn't they be fairly likely to always be strong near the Realms of Chaos? They should be, but I don't think it works that way. I mean, either way, I suppose we could change out the cult. You know what, let's go for the Lore Cult Repository for now, and we'll see. We'll just periodically check up on the Winds of Magic up here. Next, let's go back down. Huh, I wonder why the cult just started up all the way out here. I guess it's because it's a Tzeentch faction, thus generating Tzeentch corruption, thus periodically generating Tzeentch cults. Anyway, Thaumaturgic Fissure here. And let's see, research rate, grimoires from buildings still not helpful, and then you. Still gonna be Tzeentch corruption for a little bit of a while as yet. You Tech. You, I think, need growth as well. We need to get this province up and running ASAP, because I imagine that Tic Tac has moved probably around here. 1, 2, and 2 turns he'll most likely destroy this faction, and then look towards attacking us, so we really need Kairos to get going now. Looks like you can't reach Volal tracks in 1 turn, but perhaps in 2. You know what? Wait. Go like this, and then stay in our territory. In the controlled portion, which will allow us to continue healing, and then if I didn't screw this up, maybe even attack it in 1 go next round. Ideally. I'd like Kairos to keep healing at least a little bit, because I always have a bad habit of getting him damaged, it seems. You... and minus 12, eh? 150. You know what? It's probably not worth the income right now. Wait. Okay, no. I just wanted to see if uncollecting income would give us bonus growth here, because that might have been helpful considering our income is so low anyway. Okie dokie. We cannot get any kind of agents or heroes, so we're going to end the turn again, then we're going to hit Volal tracks. Also, this now would give us 500 grimoires. You know what? This... Where's our other lord? Ah, he's not ready to go yet. 2 turns. Knowledgeable character experience gain plus 15. Intelligent. I'm just thinking maybe we get another one on the field and delete him after just to get the 500 grimoires. So yeah, let's get you with the experience. I suppose you could actually be a better recruiter than Fire, depending. Alright, I'll get you on the field. We're a little bit negative, but that's okay. And hopefully in March Stance we can reach here in a single turn, though I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, looks like we can. And then immediately we'll use the changing of the way. No, not the changing of the ways. We'll immediately use the Unholy Manifestation on ourselves afterwards. We're also gaining no magics here. We'll have to transfer the Winds Manipulation to this province for Kairos to regain some of his magics after that. Maybe we could have benefited from staying in Dawn's Light a little bit longer, but honestly, I'm just worried for Tic Tac's full stack coming down. Alright, come on now. There we go. Rite of Awakening performed Talaqua. Wait, Talaqua? Isn't the Rite of Awakening the one that summons a ton of lizard minions? Well, that's kind of concerning. Okay, well, that probably just made them strong. Haute Couture where? In Zlatlan. Oh, suddenly we are very Slaaneshi in Zlatlan. Do we want to upgrade to the other thing? We have no other corruption that we're vying for. Actually, we do right now. I was gonna swap to the other building, to the Dark Bastion. It's still 2 Tzeentch in corruption, but it'll take 4 turns to get there anyway, so I think that'll be fine. We'll go with that first. And we also received a plague here at the Lost Palace, which we don't really care about. And hello, Bamu Blackheart. You are a little tiny beastmen tribe. Damn, in 10 turns, maybe we will try to do the thing where we transfer stuff. You will apparently be able to hit Volo tracks, so let's see if we can do this properly. You, Questor Paradoxium, gonna move into this territory. And oh, they've come in to defend. And hello, they got some Marauders and Nurgle. They have access to them, damn it. Don't worry, next episode, next episode. Let's also do the research. You know, changing of the ways might be worth our time. I would like to see what Tic-Tac-Toe is doing. Force Rebellion in the way of Deceit would give us faster access to Arcane Mirth as well, but you know, having more ability to use Grimoires might be good early on. Reveal faction intentions, that would be good early on too. Lots of techs. Also, we need to start stealing tech now that I think about it. Anyway, unholy manifestation for you, friendo. Let's hope that you don't get killed by that Beastmen tribe. Also, let's talk to the Beastmen tribe, see if they're cool with us. Yes, they are. Okay, so here's what we'll do. We'll do a non-aggression pact, and we'll ask the... Wait, they're willing to give us 5,000 money for this? That's insane. Okay. Did they just really give us 5,000 money? Huh. Okay, I didn't expect them to have any money or to give us any, but I'm not complaining. Alrighty, let's land here at Volo Tracks and try to take it for ourselves, because there's a garrison and a defensive force. Looks like we'll have a nice cinematic battle out of it, which is always a good time. Here we go. It says Valiant Defeat, and there are plenty of enemy units here. Wait, let's encircle this just before I forget. I want to manipulate the winds of magic. Southern jungles, you don't need this. Let's put it up to as much as possible here. You know what? No, we have to keep this strong, don't we? Let me just see here. Are you gaining any extra money from this? Actually, you don't have this as yet, so there is no benefit. So we'll lower that, raise this, so when Kairos lands, he'll recharge as well. Actually, is there any benefit for Kairos for fighting in a territory where he is gaining a lot of winds of magic? I'm not sure. I'll figure that out as we go. Maybe there's an ability or a technology. Now, Dawn's Light. You, I think we're going to briefly get the growth building as well. Though I would like to get the money building. I think we can hold off for a while. I'd really rather just build up this province as much as possible, as quickly as possible. And then we'll swap out what we need afterwards. Otherwise, it looks like we're ready to go. Let's hit up Volo Tracks and destroy Pinchai. A valiant defeat, apparently. Let's see what we can do about that, shall we? They have, I was about to say, very little in the way of range, and in fact, they have nothing in the way of range with the exception of towers. Though I do believe Nurgle towers do, they do splash damage as a matter of course. I think every single one of them does splash damage, so we'll have to be a little bit careful about that, and make sure to destroy them with our flyers. Also be able to see whether the Chaos Furies are as bugged as the Fellbats with regards to destroying towers, which I've noticed in the Vlad campaign. But anyway, time for a cinematic battle. Go.
Gather to us in all your iridescence, puppets of Tzeentch.
Ooh, is that a giant skull in the background with fire pits in its eyes? Very nice. Very, very nice. I like that. Ah, Glorious map work. Anyway, we are going to take this Nurgle settlement, and we're going to have to try to be pretty systematic about it. We do have a couple major advantage, which essentially flows from one major advantage, and that is the fact that the enemy has no access to range whatsoever. This means that our flyers are relatively safe from anything, and on top of that, our massive amounts of horrors, especially while hiding behind our new Forsaken, are pretty safe to just keep continuing to attack the enemy with their range prowess. More importantly, perhaps, is the fact that Kairos can essentially go wherever he wants and use the 93 or 97 magic power reserve that we have in this particular battle to just annoy the heck out of the enemy. He's going to move up and begin with a Glean magics on the enemy Herald, who is apparently doing something himself, casting a Spirit Leech on us. Aha, well, okay. Annoying. Oh, wow. I don't think Spirit Leech used to look like that, did it? Oh, that looks cool. Damn. Or maybe it did and I didn't notice it for like 3,000 or 4,000 hours. Anyway, he's gonna Spirit Leech us. Well, we can do him one better. I remember in my Boris campaign getting annoyed at how much the various Lords of Change can spam the blue Fires of Tzeentch ability, so I figured why not spam it ourselves as well. That's the 5th set of missiles on the enemy Lord, who is now down to about 10% or 15% HP. Another missile should take care of him, unless the Toads block it. Damn it, Toads, get out of the way. Alright, that looks like it hit him, and he is in banishment. Very, very nice. Yeah, so certainly, oh, he's gonna get one more cast of Spirit Leech out before he dies, but we can switch now to the enemy Beast of Nurgle here and do the exact same thing. Make some damn good use of our magics. Granted, we could probably do a lot of damage to the enemy army by virtue of the pink fires, but I think destroying their lord, especially for an army that relies on leadership to not be banished, is pretty darn important. And then the Beast of Nurgle is a pretty good single target as well. I suppose it's a little bit unfortunate that we will no longer be able to glean magics anymore, but that's okay. Without their lord, I wish them luck in trying to deal with this. They would have to move through this kill box of crossfire from all these blue and pink horrors. Meanwhile, we're also going to move our Exalted Flamer. Not really afraid of it getting charged and killed, mostly because we have enough range covering its approach here. They'd have to go through a lot of pink and blue horror fire to do that, while this thing can start annoying their units, especially the Plague Bearers. It is kind of running around. There you go. There you go. I decided to go for this unit first just because they have the speed to potentially charge us, but the Plague Bearers certainly don't. They're going to move some Nurglings in, which should mean the blue horrors are going to fire as soon as they stop moving. Also going to close the gap a little bit. And hello, what is this? Oh, it's Curse of the Slug. Okay, I was like, wait, who's casting? How's that possible? Well, it's just a bound Curse of the Slug, and it does no damage to us either, so who cares? Alrighty, and here we go. So begins annoying the enemy with our range. Either they come towards us and they die, or they stay away from us and they die. Slowly, mind you, but surely. And there we go, nice amount of Plague Bearers slain with each shot from that Exalted Flamer, and then following up with those pink horrors. In the meantime, both our sets of flyers as well as Kairos have taken out both of their towers here together. It goes a lot faster with Kairos smacking away at the towers and not just the flyers doing so. In addition to that, as we can see, the enemy Beast of Nurgle is also off-field, so Kairos' blue fire spam has managed to kill them both, having done about 11,000 damage to both of those units, though, interesting. His kills is 1, because while he killed the Beast of Nurgle, the Herald of Nurgle, I think it was a Herald of Nurgle, or was it a Plague Ridden? Not important. It would have died. It was a Herald, because there's an extra army in here. It would have died to banishment instead, so we didn't get the actual kill, even if we caused it. Although I guess Tzeentch is used to that, causing the kill more than getting the kill directly. I feel bad for the poor Plague Bearers. They just don't know what to do. Even if they did reach our Forsaken, they wouldn't have the armor pierce to be able to break through them. At least not easily. And they just have to keep running around here. We're also going to hover overhead with our flyers, waiting for more towers to come up. I really would prefer to avoid getting hit by splash damage from those various types of Nurgle towers. And yeah, this battle is definitely one of those battles where I just plain feel bad for the AI. Like, there's really no recourse that it has. We're also starting on some more blue fire spam into the enemy Plague Toads of Nurgle as well. Not that I'm particularly wary of Plague Toads, as they're frankly kind of a garbage unit, but, well, you know, they're still better than a lot of the stuff in here. I mean, actually, that's debatable. At least on a per-cost basis, I'd still rather have Nurglings than Plague Toads, but Plague Toads do provide some value. Especially to the Nurgle army. It's just that, again, when compared to other cavalry, they're terrible. Alrighty, gonna try to knock down this platform, and it'll go down real quick so that we can start separating our army into multiple parts, and also heading out to the capture points and destroying any other units that refuse to close. Man, the enemy just doesn't want to fight here, but that's fine, I suppose, because we're going to move in and capture the point. Either they move towards the Forsaken and fight them, and the Forsaken look like they're daring them to come on. Come on. Come on, Plague Bearers, turn. We're capturing this thing. You can't just keep running alongside us. Man, the AI really doesn't know what to do in these situations, does it? I remember encountering this a lot when playing Kislev against the Ogres, and the Ogres just move deeper and deeper into the settlement while getting destroyed by range. And there we go, finally the Plague Bearers are engaged against the Forsaken here, though just about when they engage is when they start melting due to banishment. However, a new set of Plague Bearers is moving in, gonna start some fights with those blue horrors of ours. Should be a little bit of a better matchup for them than the Forsaken, though once again they're gonna start melting real quick as well. Ah, poor AI. Poor AI, and we've established a beachhead, we've suffered very little damage so far, and while the enemy still does have units remaining, it's lost about 500 of its 1,500 units. Not too bad at all. Oh damn, this was really asking for a blue fire, or a pink fire rather, of Tzeentch, but alas. Kairos is busy. He's busy annoying everybody somewhere else. And there we go, looks like we got another tower down. Whenever they get built, we gotta break them down. There is a tower that is set up on this side, and they are starting to build another one over here as well. Damn. Are these tier 1 towers? Yeah, they're tier 1 towers. I was wondering where they were getting this level of supply. I guess if I was to play this again, since our Knights of Tzeentch weren't really needed this time around, perhaps it would have been better to just immediately send them off to try to capture locations, especially as Nurgle is rather slow to respond and try to get them back. Alrighty, looks like the Plague Bearers are in for another fight against the Forsaken here. Though once again, I'm sure they'll go into banishment real quick like this, especially with Kairos jumping and hitting them from the back as well, and they're already unstable. Okay. No need for anything else. Oh, and it looks like they all want to fight Kairos here. Well, that's fine by us, I suppose. While Kairos still has his barrier, he shouldn't be all that concerned. Alright, dropping down, popping that Helm of Discord on the enemy as well, so those Plague Bearers have a 6 melee attack. Kairos may not have much of melee defense at 20, but with 6 melee attack, neither does the enemy. Though as I understand it, there is a base melee attack, so it can never be, like, truly 0, can it? Ah, it's nice to see Kairos' wings glow when he does stuff, but not turn into that LED bug. There have been a lot of comments with just how pretty the various things about the Tzeentch faction are, and I completely agree. And the Realms of Chaos, the Realms of Tzeentch, the Realm of Tzeentch is also very, very nice. Alrighty, there we go, and pink fire going through a lot of Nurglings there, though it doesn't look like a lot got banished. I'm hoping that a lot got damaged, at the very least. More enemies are coming, though. And this, I think, is a pretty decent blob of enemies. We haven't encountered this too much thus far, and thus have not yet gotten any casts from our new spells. but this might just open up an opportunity to do so. And... Alright, what is that? That was not what I was looking for. This is what I was looking for. There we go. Finally opening up that vortex right in the center of that enemy blob. This should apply... Does this apply warp fire? Do all Tzeentch spells apply warp fire? I suppose it doesn't matter because everybody in the middle of this is dead. Man, I would love to compare that particular spell with Pit of Shades, which is quite a nice non-moving vortex spell as well. Alrighty, well, it looks like that did quite a number on the enemy here, and this portion of the enemy is broken. We've also moved all of our flyers out to the flanks to destroy this tower, as well as this tower. Plus, I've decided to send the Blue Horse here to actually capture this, so that the tower doesn't get rebuilt. And yeah, I really should have just set up the Knights of Tzeentch to capture a few locations, but at the end of the day, the enemy is not doing so well, so it's not going to change much. We've also moved a separate unit with those same Knights of Tzeentch led by the Cultist to try to hunt down the remaining Nurglings that are on this side. And since we've primarily been watching the Plague Bearers fight, let's finish this battle up with watching the Knights for a couple seconds at least. Alrighty. And since this is probably the last episode where, well, no, probably about it, where we won't have access to our, to the other Warriors of Chaos units, the Knights will not be alone and looking real fancy for too long. Yeah. Yeah, Tzeentch units look pretty damn great. Anyway, there we go, decisive victory, and I don't think we suffered too much in the way of casualties. We certainly didn't lose any units, and we used our magics, I think, to pretty great effect. Probably going to try to reproduce that effect in the future as well. Alright, not too bad at all, and a decent amount of money for our reward as well at 4K. Pretty happy with that. The hero of this one battle, surprisingly, not the Exalted Flamer of Tzeentch, but Kairos himself finally living up to his name and status. 36,000 damage, and absolutely incredibly useful kills of the enemy Lord, as well as the enemy Beast of Nurgle via that blue fire of Tzeentch spam, and very, very helpful. And plus that one use of that massive vortex spell as well. Always nice. Occupy Volatrax. We're probably going to get a plague for our trouble, but what can you do? Tzeentch corruption +2, sure. And oh, even more Tzeentch corruption. I like it. Yeah, and we got level 14, beautiful, which means Oracle of Eternity, so now we have more barrier during battles as well as the ability to activate that massive ward save. We got the miscast chance reduction. Wait, we got 4 points to use, so first of all, what's the difference? Ooh, level 2 gives us a life bloom, but we do want to get Bewitching Potency ASAP. Barrier replenishment rate and barrier replenishment delay, Wind Summoner, physical resistance, Winds of Magic powers of return, barrier for Lord of Change. Okay, this one is relatively useless, minus the Winds of Magic cost reduction for Lords of Tzeentch spells, but the Lord of Change thing is relatively useless. Let's get the miscast thing right now, though I imagine that Kairos' chance of miscasting are incredibly low anyway. Then I do want the barrier thing ASAP, but I want us to get our Winds of Magic up and running ASAP as well. And then I guess, to get Bewitching Potency, we have to go through this. Or do we go for the healing? Hard to say. I think we go for Bewitching Potency first. Not that the healing wouldn't help, I just don't think that Nurgle stands much of a chance anymore here. So let's go for the Winds of Magic cost reduction. Although the barrier, you know what? No, screw it. More barrier. More barrier is always better. It's Tzeentch, after all. Alrighty, there we go. Pretty happy with that. And you've leveled up as well, my friend. You're going to get Prismatic Plurality. Good. Alright, one's the Gate of Tzeentch, by the way, at rank 13, which means 10, 11, 12, 13, which means we save all the rest of our points to get this, though I do want Piercing Bolts of Burning. Maybe we'll use 1 point just to get the Piercing Bolts, as I love the damn spell too much. It would be nice to be able to have access to both the Searing Doom and Piercing Bolts, so there's certainly the option of getting a Metal Lore Cultist in here as well, or an Iridescent Horror, rather. Okie dokie, well, other than that, there isn't really anything to do this turn. We start with a port here, so at least the actual growth is going to help. And our control is now positive, at least for a little bit. And the Nurgle Corruption is falling. I imagine that these guys now have only the 1 settlement. Yes, they do. And I don't imagine that they have too much of a chance to hold on to it. Also, how far does this territory go? Alright, it looks like it's Slaanesh all the way. The question is, do we want to go all the way to the eastern colonies? Is that a little bit too far, i.e. will factions that are here start declaring war on us? How do you feel about a Slaanesh? They seem to be okay for now. I'm just wondering whether it's more beneficial to just destroy them, take this territory, and then go back up here to the jungles after. As long as Tic-Tac-Toe isn't fighting us, we do have time. I'll think about it. Anyway, end the turn first. Other questions later. Lizardman, there's the war. Alrighty, so here comes Tic-Tac-Toe. Well, that kind of decides it for us. We'll have to leave the Slaanesh forces till later, though hopefully they don't immediately attack us. Unless... declare war. Alright, very nice, Slaanesh, very nice. Very opportunistic, I appreciate that from the AI. Now we're stuck fighting many factions. I do wonder if Tic-Tac-Toe is ready to attack us here as yet. No, that's Mengalox. We really need to buff up these locations, because, yeah, that's not holding against the full lizard stack. Golden Ear, income from all buildings at Vololtrax. That's great, minus the fact that Vololtrax doesn't make any money right now. Let's get more growth up and running here. And how's that Winds of Magic? I'd like to take more and put it here, but unless... No, as long as Kairos is here, we should probably continue making use of it, because he's not maxed out yet, though he will be next turn. You know what? In fact, we could probably drop it by 1. Well, let's do that, then. Alright, Winds of Magic, Manipulation, Abyss Glacier, and then up by 1 to you. Not strong yet, but getting there. Kairos, do you really need the other +5? Oh, wait, actually... this is strong, and now this will go down to blowing then. Damn. We need more provinces to be able to swap the swap that stuff around. Oh well. Alright, Kairos, head here. We're gonna delete you soon, but you need to get us our 500 Grimoires. And hopefully you can actually take this. Alright, yes we can. Looks like we can auto-resolve it. The question is, should we? If the Slaaneshi want to attack us next turn, it might be bad. Also, we are not really healing nearly as much as we might like. So we might want to fight this manually just to reduce casualties. Although, who knows how many casualties we get. I'd really prefer not to waste time on this, but I feel like if there's a full stack waiting to attack us here, considering they just declared war, it might be better to err on the side of caution. Alright, well, let's also upgrade Vololtrax while we're at it. And we still can't collect the income, we probably won't be able to for a while as long as that Nurgle Corruption is here. Oh, I do want that gold mine. Alrighty, ooh, also in the meantime, before I forget, let us go quick deal. Let's see what we got here. Clan Morbid... Damn it, I didn't mean to double-click you. You really want a non-aggression pact right now. I assume that you're here... and we will betray you later on. The thing is... they'll probably die to the Lore Masters. On the other hand... well, let's see how much money he's willing to give us for this. Not enough to make it worth our time. Unless... what if you were to give us the Caverns of Sotek? 23? No, that's not gonna happen. Alrighty, Flaming Scribes. You, I would prefer not to fight. Let's try to get you to join our own faction later on. You want 228 for military access and non-aggression pact? Sure. Let's do that, and then hopefully we can get them drawn into a war with the Talaqua as well. Maybe even toss them a settlement later on. Speaking of tossing settlements, Where did that Beastmen tribe go? I cannot see them anymore. I don't want them to die, though, because they're kind of friendly with us right now. And they like the treaties, and they like the fact that we're attacking with the bubonic swarm. We just have to find a location where we might be able to toss them a settlement, like this one, for example. Nah, but then we do want to move up here. Alright, well, we'll figure that out. Let's do one more quick battle this episode, just try to take this to reduce casualties manually. Fight battle. And then next time, we'll have both blood and new units. Tyrion is the soul of charm. Okay. Alrighty, and it looks like we have a relatively straight shot to the center of the settlement, so I'm pretty happy with that as well. Oh man, I know this map. So many defenses with in my Boris campaign on this particular map. Alright, well, let's move straight up the center. Birds, you know what? Hurt birds or Furies, stay back as the second line. We'll move you in as needed. We will also move the Chaos Knights up here. Let's put them on the other side. If the enemy tries to fight them, they'll die. If they don't try to fight them, they'll cap stuff. Okay, and then we'll just move up like, let's say, so. 2 horrors, 2 horrors, 1 pink horror, 1 pink horror, 1 pink horror, 3 horrors, hey, damn it. 3 horrors. Let's make you guys group, let's say, with the cultist. Make you guys group 4, Kairos 1, 2, 3. Knights 4, you guys 5, damn it, Knights 5, you guys 6, and then you will move wherever you're needed, where the biggest concentration of units is, which turns out to be here. Alright, everybody, move up, Kairos move in, move up, Kairos go for that tower immediately. Let's also get the Healthy Furies at the tower as well. Group 4, move up much as you can, like so. And Knights, looks like you're not blocked. Go after that Nurgling Swarm and then take that key building as well while you're on the way. Looks like Kairos is gonna get hit. Let's pop a Pink Fire of Tzeentch here. Not gonna do a crazy amount of damage, but it'll be something. Bounce back through them to do a little bit more. Nice. And just keep casting that. We can't glean anybody, so we won't do any extra damage, unfortunately. And you guys need to move up more. And all of you, go after that Plague Bearer unit. Same thing for you. Go up. Up you go. Up you go. I don't really care about their formations, mostly because, well, the enemy is going to die anyway. Let's see. You, attack this. You, Pink Horrors, attack this. The rest of you just stay. Alright, tower is done for. Knights are coming. Kairos, use a spell right there. Alright, how are we looking? Alright, looking good, looking good. Kairos, you want to land and annoy this unit. It is the enemy lord, after all. We also want to make sure that you get your free casts. Let's also pop a bunch of spells down here. Good, enemies are down. Good, good, good. Keep casting. You want another blue Fires of Tzeentch, I guess. Mostly because we can't use pink fires right now. Alright, good. And then overcast this. Alright, Furies in Kairos, get ready to land among these guys. Oh, one of our units got a little bit beat up. Surprisingly. Alright, how are the Knights looking? And they're about to fight some Nurglings, good. You got a lot more hurt than I was expecting you to, my bad. Should have sent Kairos in earlier. And let's go for Gaze of Fate on you, just to stop them. Everybody else attacks that. Kairos, help out. The battle should be over any second now. No, not you. You can move back because you're hurt. Kill those Nurglings, everybody. Kairos, use your spell on them. And then land as well. And battle should be over any second now. In fact, Furies, move away so that you don't suffer friendly fire. Speed it up to max, battle's over. Good. Once again, I would have auto-resolved it if it weren't for the fact that we could have suffered a lot more damage. I'm willing to bet that we would have suffered more than 15 unit losses here. Especially since if there's a full Slaneshi stack, we'll actually be needing to be careful with that. Slaneshi concerned me in the early game quite a bit more than Nurgle, at least with regards to fighting them as Tzeentch, because they have speed and they can get around us and kill all of our precious pink horrors. Alright, and we'll occupy the place. Province should be ours, and faction should be destroyed. Hey, we got an alchemist, though we don't really need it on Kairos. Province secured. Settlement receives plague. So everything's gonna get plagued up, and Kairos will most likely get hit by it. Hopefully, wait, Pox, I don't remember. I think Rot does damage? Maybe Pox does not, or maybe Rot doesn't. No. Regardless, oh, the gold mine doesn't actually give us any extra money. That's a little bit unfortunate. Got excited about it for nothing. Well, let's get that Tzeentch corruption flowing. Let's also then... Well, the Tzeentch corruption will rise by itself. We probably want the growth and money here, but let's start with the growth, and then we'll work up to the money, especially while we still have cash here. Zlatlan, here's a question. How soon will you get attacked by Tic-Tac-Toe? Probably fairly soon. And the question is whether we want to summon our new lord now or whether we wait. I'm willing to bet that you will probably get a few more troops in there. Maybe we can risk one more turn. Although I guess it remains to be seen. Occam's Forever Maze. I do wonder if there's anything interesting in this province. No. Looks pretty basic. Also, changing of the ways. We got 5 turns until we can swap out another settlement. We do have 3 turns until we can reveal Shroud and see what the heck Tic-Tac-Toe is doing, though. So that'll be helpful. Also, any chance you're willing to join the war against Tic-Tac with us? Join war against Talaqua. And we'll join war against the Ghost of Pahwaks. No, no dice. Wow, you're really afraid of Talaqua, aren't you? You lost the settlement to the Ghost of Pahwaks. Oh, that's not so great. Would be unfortunate for us to get attacked to the Lost Palace as well. Well, I guess we'll see. Let's end the turn, and let's see if Tic-Tac-Toe comes for us now or not. If he goes here, it might be a little bit too late to recruit. Okay, it looks like Mengolox has finished recruiting. Now we're gonna need some basic pink horrors, or blue horrors rather. Though that does remind me that we can't get them on the field at the Zlatlan itself. The pink horrors, I mean. At least we can build the blue horrors anywhere. Okay, so this tells me, the fact that you're not recruiting anymore, that you're probably gonna come for us, and I kind of expect them to actually attack Uatek rather than Zlatlan, which is a little bit unfortunate. Questor Paradoxium. It's gonna be a while before we can get another unholy manifestation, and we certainly don't have enough corruption to get the next one, plus this is an offensive one rather than a defensive one. So, you, my friend, are gonna go away for now. Very well. Alright. Then, Kairos. I would like you to leave the plague place. We could, let's say, move to the enemy territory. You know, since they've declared war on us and we're here anyway. Ooh, hello. Abyssa. I wonder if you'll actually attack us here. Oh, moving away from this territory does lower the amount of public order we get, and the Tzeentch or Nurglish corruption, rather. I'm also now tempted to build a Warpstone Locus, because otherwise these plagues might just continuously spread. On the other hand, Rot is almost gone. We got 2 turns on Pox, so maybe not. Is there a plague spread reduction? Yes, there is. You know what? Let's go Egrim's Contrivance algorithm, just for a brief time. Hopefully that'll prevent the plagues. And while the public order will continue to fall, I think we'll be able to fix it. Alrighty, otherwise, well, let's see what we can upgrade here. Fortress of Dawn. You know, our corruption is good, so I think we switch you out to an Infernal Citadel now. I'd like to upgrade these as well, but I think we'll go for you first. Corruption +2, and no corruption adjacent provinces, which will mean this will stop getting corrupted, but considering they'll die to the Order of Lore Masters shortly, it won't matter. Which will also mean the Order of Lore Masters will come down and start attacking us, so we really need to deal with these guys quickly. I kind of like I'm starting to really like this location. Lots of enemies around, which is always great. Plus, we have the edge of the map here, which gives us an advantage, and a potential ally, presuming that he doesn't get killed by the by the Ghost of Pakwax there. Anyway, unfortunately with that, we are once again out of time, and I am going to have to call this episode here. Next time, we will proceed to start fighting Slaanesh and hopefully just grab all of the territory down here before switching around and then starting fighting against the forces of Tic-Tac-Toe. We will also be able to access new units, as I said, next time around, so stay tuned for that. Don't forget to leave a like and comment for your friendly neighborhood heretic. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.